We want to welcome everyone to a special series we are starting up in light of it being college playoff season. This is something new we are doing this year, and we hope to have some good turnaround. Just some committee selection they made the right choice. Bama was an easy option, as well as Clemson with their championship win and one-loss season. The arguments came with the number 3 and number 4 spots. OSU, although not the Big Ten champion due to a 3-way tie in their division with 3 top 10 teams, only lost 1 game on a botched field goal on the road in a surging Happy Valley. A 1-loss OSU beats out a 2-loss PSU team any day in my mind, even though they had the head-to-head. PSU got blown out by a top 5 Michigan team when they were injured and also lost to an eventual 23-ranked Pitt team. Gotta give credit to Penn State for their surging year and a 9-win streak, starting off 2-2 and ending 11-2. However, OSU's strength of schedule was almost incomparable, playing and beating multiple top 10 teams throughout the year, only losing by a botched field goal to the eventual Big Ten champion on the road, and beating Wisconsin, Michigan, Oklahoma, and a blowout win over Nebraska when they were a top 15 team is a much better resume. Michigan's double overtime loss to OSU on the road made them lose their title shots, which is sad because they are a great team, but being upset by Iowa was their real demise. The Big Ten prominence in football has returned, ending the final rankings with 4 in the top 8. If OSU deserves to be in, then why would you put PSU over Washington? Washington, also a 1-loss team like OSU, had a surging year in the Pac-12 and, in my opinion, deserved the final spot. Their lone loss came to a great USC team who took a top 10 spot at the end. Could you have argued for Oklahoma, PSU, and U of M for the final spot? Of course. But when it came down to it and when it mattered, then 4th-ranked Washington's blowout 41-10 win over the 8th-ranked Colorado in the Pac-12 championship was way more impressive to me than the 7th-ranked PSU's 21-point comeback win over 6th-ranked Wisconsin. This was the first year where the committee had such a hard choice because there was a legitimate argument for more than 3 of 4 other teams to be also in the playoffs, but in the end, I'm not surprised with their decision and I think it's right. The only undefeated team, excluding Western Michigan because of their shitty strength of schedule, and the only 3 Power 5 1-loss teams was the right call. Kudos to the committee. People are always going to be left out, but this one was a hard one. For the Peach Bowl, Alabama and Washington. Alabama has been absolutely mesmerizing on both sides of the ball this year. Washington had a great year, but will it be enough to put up points against Alabama's defense? I think it's going to be difficult. Bama's true freshman quarterback Jalen Hurts is poised and plays like a 5th-year veteran getting ready for the NFL. I really hope the Huskies can make it interesting, but being realistic, I think Alabama is their first real challenge and puts up to the score. I'm going to pick 35-10 Alabama. If anything, I hope this game shows a small bit of hope for Alabama's weakness.
All right, I got Alabama over Washington in this one, something like 31-14. I think out of the 3 teams that were discussed for the number 4 spot, Washington, Penn State, and Michigan, that Michigan was the best team and they would have given Alabama the best chance to beat them. But Washington made it, which is fine. But I think Alabama will beat them and they will move on to the championship again.
The Fiesta Bowl. This is going to be a great game. I think both Clemson and OSU are built similarly. Deshaun Watson and JT Barrett are the best seasoned veterans in the game and have led their teams to 1-loss seasons. Clemson's defense is also built similarly to OSU, being able to snuff out and stop a surging Louisville team in their tracks. If both teams are playing at their peaks and putting up the offensive points, it's going to be interesting. I think the OSU offense, besides Barrett, is fairly young and has a lot to learn in staying poised and strong the whole game rather than small surges of offense. A lot of points get put up for OSU due to their defense. Clemson gets the edge for offense for more seasoned receivers, but the defensive edge goes to OSU with one of the best scoring defenses in the game. Barrett was impressive against Michigan's top-rated defense, but the only reason they were able to win was because of the defensive play. For OSU to win, the defense needs to stop Watson and put up points, and Barrett needs to lead the offense to a strong game and capitalize on turnovers that the defense creates. For Clemson to win, they may need to focus on the run game or somehow try to break OSU's strong secondary as well as hold Barrett to an average game at best. This one is going to be a shootout. My edge is given to the Buckeyes because of Urban Meyer. This man is a magician in big games and especially playoffs. I think his coaching is the edge, but I think it's a one-score game. Buckeyes win 30-24.
All right, and I have Clemson beating Ohio State. I think this game is going to be fantastic. It's going to be up and down the field. Both teams are going to score, but I think Clemson with their quarterback and their better offense is going to be able to outscore Ohio State, and I think Clemson moves on to the championship game, and it is another rematch of 2015-2016.
For the championship game, I'm featuring Alabama and Ohio State. Man, this matchup would be ideal, and I wish I could say it would be closer. Urban Meyer's a magician, but Alabama has not really showed much of slowing down at all this year. I hope it's a good game, and I think the veteran OSU defense will be able to handle Bama's freshman quarterback, at least to minimize the scoring, but Barrett and the offense would really need to be on their best game to put the necessary points up against the Tide's defense. Not much to say about this game except 2 football dynasty schools, the best coaches in the game, and some of the best football playing we've ever seen. But I give Bama the edge because I think their defense will hold off Barrett better than OSU will hold off Hurts. Bama wins 27-23.
All right, and for the championship, my rematch here with Alabama and Clemson. Clemson almost pulled off the upset last year. They gave Alabama all they can handle. It was a 45-40 match. I think Clemson actually put up the most points against Alabama all season, and I think that game is going to propel them to the championship this year. They have confidence that they can do it, and I think Clemson is going to upset Alabama and give them their first loss in the championship. So take Clemson as the champion.
And here's just some little quick bits. For the Orange Bowl, I have number 6 over number 11, FSU 35-17. The Cotton Bowl, I have number 8, Wisconsin over number 15, Western Michigan 42-24. For the Rose Bowl, I have an upset, the number 9 USC over number 5 PSU 23-20. And for the Sugar Bowl, number 7 Oklahoma over number 14 Auburn 28-13. Who do you guys think will win this year's college playoff games? Post your predictions below, and I'll see you dudes into the next video. Peace.